Welcome to Styles Pro Grow. On this channel, we're going to give you what you need to grow your business when it comes to style techniques. You can always replicate them and tag me when you do. You can tag me on my Instagram, Styles Pro Glow, or you can follow me on Facebook, Isha Styles Pro Wardell. And listen, I'm about to do this bomb ass bob on this beautiful client that I've been servicing for at least about 7 years. And she comes back and she allows me to do my thing. That's all we want. We want them to tell me what you want and then let me do my thing. Yes, bring me an inspiration picture so I know about how short to cut it or how deep to have the part. But let me do my thing. And when I tell you Miss Sheila lets me do my thing, she really do. Now, I like to start the cut of my bobs like so, with gathering them from behind the ear, everything from behind the ear, and pulling it into a low gathering. Sometimes I use a ponytail, but this isn't that much hair, so I'm going to use my fingers to keep the gathering and point cut all the way through. Some people use the clippers, but I like to point cut because I got a problem with control. I do. I need to have control of everything. And sometimes too much pressure with them clippers, I lose control. I'm not even going to lie about it. So definitely I'm going to point cut until I can't point cut anymore. Now, the shears are not the only cutting tool that I'm going to use when creating this bob because I wanted to hug the shape of her head and still give us that bob look. I've been doing bobs. Listen, I think I started doing bobs like in 96, and they definitely are classics. You can dress a bob up with something formal or rocking it with a nice tee and a pair of jeans. A clean, beautiful bob is always the best. And in doing one, you want to make sure you always bring the hair to the back of the head, preferably about the middle. Now, I'm cutting this in vertical cuts, but just so you see that fall. You see, I love it. I love it. I love using the shears for this part because we call it quote unquote outlining the cut. Now I'm grabbing my thinning shears, but I don't know why I decided to stop the tape and did not show you all what I did with those thinning shears just to get that hard line out of the back. But sometimes the thinning shears, they work better with curly hair if you're just trying to thin the bang. And that's not what I was doing. I'm still trying to shape the hair and give it what it needs to create the bob and get that extra hair off. And the thinning shears doesn't cut all the hair off. It really just debulks. And I need to make cuts. So I went back to my regular shears. I really, really did. And I enjoy creating these bobs. I've been doing hair for since 1996. My son, he'll be 26 years old. And I started doing hair to provide for him. And it has been carrying me since then. I've done nothing but do hair and mentor other incoming hairstylists to guide them into building their brand. And that's what I do. And I enjoy doing the quick weave because I don't know why we call it a quick weave, to tell you the truth, because there's nothing quick about it. Especially, I think the quickness part comes in the removal. Because when I'm using a morning glory, all I need is a steady stream of warm water, and that sucker come off fast as heck. As in when you're taking down a sew-in, it take a little time. So I think the removal process is truly where the word quick weave is really it's really applicable here. But anyway, this is not a quick weave. We're going to call it what they call it, I think in New York, a layover, because I'm laying hair over the top of your hair, and it feels like a layover. As long as you lay over for a flight, about as long as it takes to do it. once you apply the hair and make sure the tracks are laying right, morning glory foundation. Hey, and I'm not complaining about the time, because for the simple fact, I appreciate that the removal process is not as bad or as long as any other weaving technique. Now, as you see that angle still being formed. Why? Because I pulled the hair to the back nape. I really did. And we started high with some short, maybe about, I think that was 3-inch 27-piece hair that we used in her nape area up to the ear, so that we can give it a short look. And we used 10-inch. Actually, this is 10-inch on the top. And people underestimate 10-inch hair, but it gives a flawless bob. It really do, especially when you're trying to create a bob that is chin length or shorter, and it's closer to the head, meaning you want a lot of layers and things of that nature. Now, as you're watching me cut this bob, as you see, I'm bringing all the hair to the back, because the angles, baby, listen, that's how those angles are created. Take your time. Make love to your haircuts. Don't be in here trying to rush. Our client understands that beauty takes time. Take your time and make sure you're cutting these extensions correctly, so that they can look beautiful and flawless in your end result. But remember, measure twice, cut once. Make sure when you bring in that back, okay, is that where I wanted it? Okay, now I'm going to cut. Double check yourself. Check yourself. Check your work. Double check your work to make sure that it is what it is. You see how I fluffed the hair up? I know once we start curling, that stuff gonna curl perfectly. Now, she does have her real hair in the back, even though she suffers from extreme alopecia in the front, about a little bit above the occipital bone, and to the front, her hair it has not regenerated, but in the nape area it has. And wherever my client has hair when they're suffering from alopecia, I like to incorporate their real hair, just so they won't feel, I mean, it's a feeling. And when you have alopecia, you know what I mean? I got a little bit of my hair out, despite not having as much hair here or there, and you want that. You see, I'm creating these layers again, pulling the hair to the back, pulling the hair to the back. And then when you release it, it gives a flawless, beautiful angle. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So as I'm cutting, I think I'm going to switch out to the razor sooner or later. But until then, point cut, slices, and things of that nature, mixing up, knowing when to point cut, when not to point cut. I love it. I love using my shears. If you don't know how to use shears in the hair game, baby, you lose it. That's what school is for. That's how you can say who's a trained professional and who's not. Who know how to use them shears, baby? Who know how to create the look with the shears alone? Listen, I love it. Look at that. Look at that. Come on. Come on. Layers bouncing in there. Come on, layer. Look, she trusts me so much she sleep. I'm telling you. She trusts me so much she sleep. I love it. I love the trust of a loyal client. And Miss Sheila is loyal to me, honey. I keep her looking beautiful. You may see her on a couple of other videos on my YouTube channel, but I keep her looking beautiful, baby. Yes. And when you pull the hair to the back, it adds more length in the front. It really does. Come on, come on. Oh, I love a good cut. That's what I do. Listen to me. How can you not? Oh, I just love the way it flows even through the cut. So I know once I give it a little bump, and that's what it is. When you flowing and you giving it a good cut, once you bump it, that's like the cream of it. You know what I mean? It's the cream of it. The curls are the cream of it. My goodness. And it's easy for at-home maintenance for the client. All she has to do is wrap or maybe put about 2 or 3 curls in it herself and use a Y2 comb. And because we have a great cut on there, it's going to stay. It really is. Now I'm about done with the cut. So I'm going to stop talking my stuff. And I'm just going to let you all see how I finish this beautiful bob up on this beautiful client on this beautiful day. Thank you again for stopping on Styles Pro Glow on YouTube. Look. She lost the earring. You know, me and earrings be fighting. But thank you. Now go ahead and finish watching me shape this beautiful bob.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Turn this room, turn it to an ocean. Let me float around. Eyes closed, like we're dreaming even when we're not. You and me got a whole other meaning, I don't know how. You and me just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you